Review and vote for minutes of the regular meeting on September 16th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
Second.
Any questions on the minutes? Any questions, could I have a motion?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor? Passed. Bills, communications, and the warrant for September 2020.
Question?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's Odyssey then?
Odyssey is, when we go and file our report for our year end, it's, I think I gave you guys the paper the last meeting. It's for a special formula for Mike because he pays into the system with retirement. So we have to pay Odyssey once a year, around $3,000, to come up with this formula that goes along with our year end. It's called a gas fee, actually.
I remember Gatsby from the town hall.
Yeah, it's for the gas fee. And just so you know, to 6608 for Bouchard's carpet, that was actually floor work done for Garfield Street. But what happens is we paid it through this account, and we're getting reimbursed because that's actually from our formula funding. So the $149.19 will be a complete wash. Once we submit it to DHCD, we'll get that money back into this specific account.
Any other questions?
Make a motion to approve the warrant.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion more? Any other questions? Could I have a motion?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
And
Director's report.
Okay. First, I have the new contract for Fenton and Ewald. They've been on our account now for several years. Our amount for them monthly for last year was $645. Their rate went up to $664 per month. That actually starts retro. It's July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. I just need a vote from the board to go ahead and continue our contract with them for monthly accounting fees. Right now, our accounting is doing all of our work via.
How much did it go up?
It went up only $20-some. It went from $645 to $664. So she's been doing everything via Zoom and online. So we've had several audits. Everything looks good. I asked the board just to continue with them. We work very well with them. They've been very,
Could I have
very
a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion to keep on saying something
All
from.
in favor?
aye.
Every once in a while, we have to write off rents. It's when tenants, they don't pay us. This particular amount is for $426. This particular tenant is unfortunately no longer with us due to COVID. It was unexpected. The tenant had gotten sick. They went into private care. They weren't here when it happened. They actually passed away in
Nursing home?
well, in a nursing home, but yeah, in a rehab, I'm so sorry, in a rehab. What happened was she had no family to send us a check. I told her not to worry about it. We never expected the COVID thing to happen. So I'm asking the board to write off her rent, or the rent, in the amount of $426.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So next on the agenda is coronavirus grant and approval. this is something I think we're probably gonna have a lengthy conversation on. So, the state allowed so much money per unit for us to spend on anything COVID related. They actually, we were approved for $19,573. We have to spend it before December 30th, if all we lose it. So in the meantime, we've actually added these hand sanitizer units to every entranceway, every common entranceway, the laundry room. There's gonna be one on the front door, there's one now on the back door. So we spent, I think it was a total of $800 on these with the hand sanitizer to go with that. We also purchased 2 air filters, one for our office, a filtration, one for our office, and one for out here. I think right now that's probably all we've spent the money on. So we have money, and what we were thinking, we got together with some of the other towns to see what they were spending their money on, and it's something that has to help the tenants to better the situation for COVID. Right now, the tenants can't come into the community center. Only one tenant's allowed in at a time. So in speaking to some people, they've actually put outside structures with heat, so they can either gather in an outside area that's semi-open, but whether it's a patio heater or just some kind of heat that they can gather in these areas being outside. We do have several tenants here that gather on a daily basis. They're together almost every day. So I know we were thinking about a gazebo, and I thought, what better time to put a gazebo, maybe with heat, in the ceiling heat that comes down for them just to keep them warm outside on the patio. Mike and I have been talking about it. We're not sure if it's something that you can get a kit for like $1,500 if that's the route we want to go, or a permanent structure, something that's permanent, might be better. We do. So far, I think we've only spent, if anything, $3,000 out of this money. So we have at least $15,000 to $16,000. If anybody can come up with any suggestions on how to make it better for our tenants, the money is there, and I just suggest why it's there. We can use it that way. If anything down the road comes back like COVID, we'll already have all these things in place to use in case something like this.
It doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon.
Yes.
I think it's a great idea. I really, I know you wanted to have one anyway, but I think December's pushing it.
Yes.
Can you earmark the money, or does it have to be built and spent?
Well, I did call. I actually can buy the materials, and that would be fine. It does not have to be built, but the materials need to be purchased by December 30th. So, and that's something, I've actually sent away to a few companies for kits. There's some really nice kits out there. I know you've done some in the past, just build them from scratch. It's something that we just have to get together and decide what we want to do. The money's there. If we don't use it, they're going to take it back. So, and like I said, I do think it would benefit a lot of the tenants to get them out of the house. And like on a nice day where it's not super cold, they can put the heat on. We do have, if we do some kind of a structure, I'm thinking we can pull the electric out of the attic. Is it the attic up there?
Yeah.
And so that they can have heat in it.
You're thinking about an enclosed one?
I'm not really sure. I'm just thinking about some kind of structural. I think it would have to be more open because it has to be.
A roof, but.
Yeah, a roof, but
You need free air in order to
Yes.
provide what you want to do, is let the people gather even though they can't be indoors.
And on the list it did state too, not only would that be covered, it would also be covered to buy some furniture for it, like something that will stay out in the winter, like something really nice that they can actually sit on that is more commercial and something that is quality that will last out there for them to sit on.
What's the size of the?
That would all have to be determined, like, we were thinking maybe
14 or 12.
14, yeah.
And what's the difference?
What do you got for an area there?
Stick built.
What's the max you could put in the area you have there?
Oh, we could go probably, sorry, it's like 16 by 20, or we could go, yeah, there's quite a bit to go after that.
No, again, I think it's a great idea. I know you've been wanting to do it even before we had the free money. It just had. getting it done, you know?
Yeah, so the other thing too is I already, I've been in contact with the sheriff's program, and I just don't have the approval from you, from the board yet, so I couldn't do anything about it, but they're willing to send out a crew, and, I mean, I know it's not gonna happen before December either, but, so when Mike does have a time, if Mike would head the project, they would send out a crew to go ahead and build it with Mike.
Yeah, if we could buy all the materials in the next 2 months and
Yeah,
get them earmarked for, get it by spring or whatever.
yeah,
Sounds like a good idea to me. I don't know if we can necessarily approve the go-ahead, but maybe at least look into it a little further. If we have all the numbers and sizes and everything, we can have a special meeting to approve it sooner than later.
sounds good to me. I do have a packet coming in from an Amish place that does have the kits. So once that comes in, I can submit that to you guys and see if it's worth doing it that way. For some reason, I think it'd be cheaper just, and we have a lot of construction experience in the room, just to say, you know, this is what we need to put up the roof or whatever.
Some of those Amish places will put, build them and bring them here and put them together.
Probably for cost, that's the only problem. But we have Mike and the sheriff's department, might be able to save on that.
The problem is when you have something like that, then you have that.
It's gotta go out to bid and stuff.
Yeah, if it's over a certain amount, you have to hire an
To get
architect.
somebody to tell us what we're gonna tell them we're gonna do, so it's,
Now, if you can do it in-house, definitely a better gig, and if you've got the money and don't need to chase grants and stuff for the materials, that
Yes.
sounds like a no-brainer.
So that was one of the biggest expenses. The other expense that I can spend on, I figured why we have the money to spend it on, I'm asking the board for their approval for 2 new laptops. That way, if one of us got sick, we could work from home with docking stations. That way, we can turn it into also a desk computer. So it'd be the laptop, the docking stations. Also, a tablet for Mike. It's been something that all the housing authorities are going towards. So eventually we would have to have one anyway. So while we have the money, it can be used for a tablet for Mike. And also a paid answering service for a year. That's something that DHCD is asking us to do, have an answering service. Right now, we have a line already set up for it. But right now, Mike gets a lot of calls 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and some of them are not even emergencies. So what they want all housing authorities to do is have one maintenance number. So now nobody's going to be calling the office for maintenance. They call the answering service. If it's after hours and an emergency, they will have a list of emergencies. If it's an emergency, they will get in contact with Mike right away. If it's not an emergency, they will inform the tenant that it's not an emergency and somebody will be out first thing in the morning to fix whatever is going on. So I'm not sure exactly how much all this is going to cost. I'm thinking under $3,000. So I'm just asking the board for a money limit to go ahead and buy the 2 laptops, docking stations, a tablet, and the answering service. If I prepay it for a year, then I could use the COVID money because with COVID and everything going on, I can include that in that money.
Sure. I just talked to the maintenance people from another housing authority, and they have the answers, they actually just put it in about 8 months ago, and they went down from 20 calls to like 3. Because the answering service screens them, they know exactly what they do. It's a professional answering service for housing authority, so it would be pretty good.
I actually got a call one morning at 5:45 that wasn't even an emergency. It was actually something that could have waited until 8 o'clock, but so it would be nice because it would kind of save phone calls going. He gets the majority of them. I do get some, but it would save that. So I'm just asking the board for maybe a $3,500 limit to go ahead and purchase this through COVID funds.
So you don't need to vote that.
I just need a vote to go ahead and spend the money on those specific
I'll
things.
make a motion to go ahead and approve that.
Second. All in favor? Passes.
All right, and if anybody can think of anything else, the money's there. I mean, we definitely, we thought of the hand sanitizers, the air circulators,
Are you passing out masks to tenants who don't have them? Are you providing masks?
We have in the past, we actually probably will do another pass out next week, but they were provided, by DHCD, so every so often we do pass out the masks.
We've got enough that.
Yes, we have plenty of masks, yep. We've also, any cleaning supplies that we have bought that actually can go, we can backdate anything for COVID, and so all the cleaning supplies we bought, we're actually gonna put on that one too, so. And depending on the gazebo, I mean, there could be a good amount of money left, and so it's something that we're trying to work on. So maybe we can get together within the next week or so just to come up with a price. I am gonna ask the board to come back either, whatever's better for you, next Thursday or November 18th. We do have the budget meeting we're gonna do via Zoom. We could not get it on the agenda, but that definitely we have to just vote for our budget. Also, in the past week, they came out to, a bunch of contractors came out to assess what it would be to do the siding, the vinyl siding. All the quotes were in on November 2nd, so I have a funny feeling in the next meeting, hopefully they'll have a contractor and we can approve that. Not sure when that's gonna happen, according to Mike, and probably you know the same thing. It's really hard to get building materials right now, so I'm not sure if they'll even be able to get the vinyl siding to even start the project. So we'll have to see what, the starting date will be, but at least we'll have a contractor that commits to actually doing the job.
Have the prices are just coming in, or they were in?
They were supposed to, the designer is the one who takes them, they were supposed to be in by November 2nd.
Are they coming in way higher than originally with the COVID? Or?
We just had people walk around, they didn't give us an indication, but they should be sending me some kind of email to say who the lowest bid was. We did read through it, and we do think that it does include the shutters, which.
Just 6 pairs, but they have to take off and replace.
Oh, the 6 pairs?
Yeah, that's one for each one.
Okay, because we still have that, I think it's like $12,000 from last year that we haven't spent yet, and we were kind of putting on hold for the shutters, so we might even be able to get the rest of the shutters for that amount of money. So, but until the quote comes in, we won't know about that yet. So that's what I have about the COVID money. If it's under $1,000, we just go ahead and buy it, because that's the approval that we're allowed to spend. But if it's anything, if we think of anything in between, we can bring it up at the budget meeting just to see if we can get it passed. So that's all I have about the grant and approval. As far as the virus that everybody lives in Acushnet, you guys all been getting the same messages. I guess it's getting pretty bad. So we are keeping the laundry room open. We haven't decided to shut it yet. They did have a COVID testing here in the patio 2 weeks ago, and they don't give us the results, but a bunch of our tenants let us know that they were negative. So we haven't had a problem, so I don't see closing down the laundry room, but I do, if there is a problem, then that will have to be revisited. But right now we haven't had any problems here with COVID, not that I know of. So.
They come back to do the tests again or not?
Yes, they're actually in the process of purchasing a trailer. So when they get the trailer, they're gonna bring the trailer here. They'll be able to test 2 people at a time in the trailer. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear from the fire chief on that. And that's all I have about COVID. As far as the office work, we've just been kind of doing the regular monthly activity. We were able to pass out all the information on our yearly research. We are going to be doing recertifications in January. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with it with COVID, but hopefully it won't be as bad. So we're just going to have to address it come January to see if we're going to have tenants come either into the community center, maybe social distance while we're doing their research. I'm not sure what that will happen, but we'll visit it come January.
Then 1 person at a time,
Yes, yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, a lot of housing authorities are just doing it by drop off, so that might be
Yeah,
something.
you can do by drop off
Yeah.
papers,
Yeah, and then come back and just sign it.
just sign it. Yeah.
So that might be something we do. As far as our construction update, I was just saying that they did come out and the bids were due for the vinyl siding on the 2nd, so we're waiting for that. As far as the alarm project, they were supposed to start but we had a lot of tenants kind of, with all this COVID, a little nervous. So about having people in their apartments, and each apartment has to have holes put in the ceiling, so there's gonna be quite in and out of their apartments. So right now, we kind of put it on hold for 2 weeks. They did, Dig Safe came, they mopped up the ground, they might do the outside work first. I don't have a date that that's gonna happen, but it's definitely in place and it's ready to go. We're just kind of waiting on this whole COVID thing in the town. And we're gonna probably put out a questionnaire to see if people wouldn't mind them being in there. They do have a safety cleaning station. Everybody that goes in the apartments, they do wear masks. Everything they touch is gonna be wiped down. So it should be pretty clean, but I mean, there are people that do worry and I can't blame them for it. So it's something that we're working on also right now. As far as Garfield Street, Mike is the bathroom finished today or?
Yeah, it will be,
So the bathroom it really is looking good, and we're really happy about everything that's going on because it was supposed to be over a $25,000 project. So they were going to make us have an architect come in, and that was going to cost us another couple $1,000s. We ended up buying the top handicap roll-in shower with all the top quality rated fixtures. With Mike doing the work and the plumbing, I don't even think we spent $8,000 yet. So we've been really lucky about that. Mike was paid some COVID pay because of the fact that he was there and somebody did get sick. So we were informed that Mike would get COVID pay for that time. He wasn't in contact with anybody, but it was a hazard that he was working on. So, and that's all I have on construction. And as far as apartments, I have 3 open. We're working on renting them. 2 right now are they're offline because Mike is working at Garfield Street. So that's all I have about. That's it. Oh yes, my PMR. I forgot my PMR.
You have to say that.
So we had our yearly PMR. It's when DHCD they go over all of our records online, our reports, all of our reports that have been submitted, our record, our financing. They went over everything, and we did this year once again get almost perfect PMR. There was one thing, and unfortunately, we're going to get it every single year. I did call our accountant. It's because we are a housing authority that's self-efficient and we do make money, so it does give us a mark on our PMR. But I mean, if that's our only mark is because we're doing well, I'll definitely take it. But they were very happy with Mike's work and the office work. They're hoping actually after next year's audit that will be one of the places that they don't have to audit every year. They might do every 2 years for us. So we were really happy about it. Nice. Yeah.
Did you ever do anything with rental of apartments?
Well, actually, right now, we just did get an email. They're actually putting it like ARCAT, where ARCAT comes out and they do the construction assessments, and anything under 25,000 they bid for us. They're actually doing, it's like an ARCAT, but it's different. It's R something, and they're going to start renting apartments for housing authorities. It's something that just came out the other day. I'm looking into it. I don't think I'm gonna go into that program because I would just call them and they would tell me who to put in the apartment. It would take a lot off of us, but I kind of like being, being on top of everything. So, and I may be wrong. It just came out, so it's something we can all do. Like they can do a Zoom to let us know what it entails. So I'm definitely going to do the Zoom just to see what they're offering. So.
Any questions for the director? Can I have a motion to accept the report?
Make a motion, accept the director's report.
All in favor?
Aye.
What about the maintenance guy?
Yeah, just normal maintenance, everything seems to be good, like we said, down at Garfield Street, should be done today, yeah, right, it was re-sheet rock with the ceiling and the walls around the tub, and I painted that bathroom. Actually had to touch up another ceiling too, so they plastered it, and I painted another bathroom in there too, but otherwise that's just normal maintenance and keeping everything clean.
So how much money did you save on that bathroom there?
She'll figure it out when we're done, but.
Yeah, I've been keeping a tally. I'm thinking, I think it was 25,000 if we only spent 8. That's a big difference.
Wow.
That money actually does go back into Dockdale Street, so it's another project that we could actually, we could use it for something else over there.
How's that building like condition over there, Bethel?
It's good, it's vinyl sided, the exterior is all good, inside, they keep it clean. It needs to be painted, the whole building again.
Interior?
Yeah, but that's something that you've had the sheriff's department come in, they do it.
Inside, the exterior's been washed and stuff.
We just had a power wash
Yeah.
well, actually, it was
This summer.
August, yeah, over the summer.
Yeah.
It does get very moldy.
You gotta do it almost every year, but at least every other, you know?
Yeah.
You should wash
They,
it.
they actually,
On the shade sides. You
yeah,
know, the other
they
sides are not.
they even power wash the fence and everything. They have a landscaper that goes in and keeps it clean on the outside.
It's a whole
It's pretty
new,
good.
it's a whole new program in there,
Yeah.
the original, program, it's still Department of Mental Health, but, they switched the clientele that's in there, so we're working with all new people. We worked with the same gentleman for years and years, and he's no longer there. So we seem to be working well with them, and the gentleman that used to be there painted it a green inside, so we'd like to get that green off the walls and brighten it up a little bit, because it's definitely really dark in there. So,
Good. Any questions for the maintenance person? No? Could I have a motion to accept the maintenance report?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Could I have a date for the next meeting?
well, right now, would it be better if you guys could get together on the Thursday, the 12th, or Wednesday, the 18th, to do the budget? I'm gonna have the computer here, and Chris is gonna do the budget over the computer, because she can't come.
I have no problem.
Is there a better day for anybody, either, if we do it the 12th, technically it's due the 15th, but there's no restraints, you don't get in trouble if it goes, if it was going on the 18th. So if we can do it the 12th, it would just be nice just to get it done and submitted by, the 15th, if you guys could come in next Thursday.
What's the
18th is the Wednesday. Oh,
The
there's,
12th,
there's,
12th, yeah,
there's,
Can you, is 11:30 good for you?
yeah, we can do that.
Alright,
I'm gonna be up in the air on those days.
yes, alright.
11:30?
Thursday the 12th at 11:30? You can't come in the morning, right? 11:30 is better for you.
Can probably arrange it from whenever.
That'd be
It's
well.
better for everybody.
It's up to you guys. It's
What day is it?
Thursday the 12th. So what time? We'll just keep it at 11:30.
2 meetings in 1 month?
Well, that's for the budget.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be really simple. We don't have really any changes in the budget.
All right. Anything else we want to discuss? None? Could I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are now adjourned.